everybody, Dr. Dart here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the problem of isolation in abusive relationships. Remember that the goal of the abuser, the goal of a narcissistic individual is to gain power over another person. And so systematically over time, this is done by both emotional and physical isolation. Early in the relationship, your mate may have seemed happy to meet your friends, to be with your friends a little bit here and there, certainly to encourage you in the beginning to continue to see your friends. And yet when you did, there would always be some tension when you got home. Maybe you were being texted constantly when you were out for that cup of coffee or the glass of wine with a friend, the constant texts, when you got home, the complaints about how long you were gone, and it just seems like everybody else is more important, et cetera, et cetera. There's various tactics that are used to begin that process of isolation. And if you have been in a relationship with a narcissistic, controlling type of abuser for a long time, what you find is that suddenly you think about, who can I talk to? This is so hard. Even people who you think would understand may not understand at all when you try to talk about what's happening in the relationship. Remember that there's that mask that this person puts on for the public. And then when they're home, it's a completely different situation. So, when I think about so many people who have talked to me about their experiences, often describing it, how this big life that they had when they met this person now is suddenly just the size of a thimble. The sun is supposed to, from an abuser's perspective, rise and set in them. So there is definitely an isolation that's going to be inherent in any emotionally abusive relationship. The pandemic has even made that worse. If you had a desire to talk to people, to connect with people, to keep your world a little bit bigger than just this one individual, the pandemic has made that difficult, if not impossible at times. Let's face it, we're all a little bit out of practice too. We haven't connected socially as much as we once did. So the first thing that I want to do with this video is just reassure you that although you feel alone, you're not alone. There are many others who have been where you are right now, and who understand this devastating isolation. So with that, no matter what the other person tells you, I want you to start thinking about what you once enjoyed before the relationship. What did you like to do? Who are the people that you liked to see? Who are the people in your life who are important to you? And just begin to get a plan. Even if you can't connect with them right now physically, and it seems like there are going to be more and more opportunities for us to ease back into a more and more normal life of social connection, think about who you want to connect with and how you want to connect with them. Remember, as you do this, a person who has not experienced narcissism in someone that they love and care about, who has not experienced emotional abuse, isn't going to understand. The type of abuse that the narcissist inflicts upon their mate is twisted, confusing, behavior that most people wouldn't even consider for a minute becomes the norm. So although you really feel like probably you want to talk about this, and get some clarity, try to think about connecting with others aside from just the very painful situation that you have found yourself in. Think about connecting with other people just for the sheer enjoyment of connection. And then look to finding support for yourself, whether it's through a therapist who specializes and understands personality disorders and specifically emotional abuse in relationships with someone with a personality disorder, or a coach such as myself. There are many groups online where you can find support. So I really encourage you to reach out and to, first of all, get a plan, and to know that no matter what you're being told, you deserve good things in life. You deserve connection with people who truly love and care about you and who are not interested in dominating you and getting you to do what they want when they want you to do it. So there's a whole big world out there, and I know it's scary just taking that first step. But today I wanted to acknowledge the isolation is real. It's frightening. And as myself and many other people have found, there is life on the other side of narcissistic relationships. So go out today and make it a great day and do something kind for yourself. Reach out to someone that you would like to establish a connection with.